1915, the Extension Program was established under the Federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KCCZ LP Conroe and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
All right. Morning Lone Star, 9:02. Starting a little on time. I like it. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio with me, Dick Schischler, Mornings of Lone Star. And if you are watching us on our YouTube and Facebook, you notice that Sean Skippy isn't here. Is replaced by the Reluctant Cowboy. We all like that guy.
Yeah, indeed.
That's right.
Indeed.
Rick is in the studio. Rick the Reluctant Cowboy from Afternoons with Lone Star, which is on Lone Star Community Radio every Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and then replays on the weekends.
Yes.
So there's that. And welcome to Mornings Lone Star. Our partners today are Beanpunk Coffee in Montgomery County. And also they have 2 locations in Conroe and in Montgomery, the city of Montgomery, all both downtowns. And then also C3 Creative Content Creations. All of your creative needs, C3 can do it. And then also Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. All your office cleaning needs in the Montgomery County area. They do everything. They even do escalators, I think.
Wow.
Which I don't really know if that's a real... I'm probably not speaking for them there. But yeah, they do. Like they pretty much do everything. They do schedule. They do one time. They really just want to help you keep your office clean.
Man, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So we are here. How are you doing, Rick?
I'm doing great. How are you, Dick?
I'm doing good, man.
Good.
Just hanging out.
This is early for me.
Well, I was thinking that. I was like, you're one of the afternoons guys, so you're probably still what? It's supposed to be an REM sleep right now?
REM, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well,
I'm here.
That's good. Well, it's 68 degrees outside. It's absolutely beautiful. If you guys didn't know, Kids Fest is going on this weekend, so if you're going to be traveling to downtown today, you're going to be running into some trouble because everything's closed down. Kids Fest is tomorrow, and it's a free event. Just to give you a heads up, for more information, cityofconroe.org, I think.
Yes.
And it's free for kids. It's pretty much all day. The weather tomorrow is expected to be cloudy and beautiful, 86 high, low 61. So you're looking like tomorrow's a good day to have some Kids Fest. But yeah, so that's what's going on with downtown. We do have a special guest coming in our way. We have the folks from the Caiden's Hope Foundation coming in, Wayne Keller. He is doing a fundraiser coming up May 4th, Cinco de Mayo, folks. They're doing a really cool thing called Caiden's Hope Road Rally for Preemies. What it is a car-oriented fundraiser.
Yeah, it's a road rally.
And we're going to learn about it.
Yep.
So if you're wanting more information right now, please visit us on Facebook, especially our Facebook Live video. We do have all the info right there.
Yes.
We are really excited about having Wayne back in. Wayne did Lone Star Country Nights, and then he does a lot of music. He does a lot of fundraising for Caiden's Hope. So, guys, we're excited about having him in.
I hope his voice is better. Last night it was really bad.
Well, it's because they were at, what do you call it?
The Big Texas Saloon.
Texas Saloon.
Oh, Dance Hall and Saloon.
That place is huge.
It is.
It's a little weird.
It was outrageous.
It kind of reminds me of that Cactus place.
Yeah.
Because that place is bigger than what you think it is, and it just keeps going. There's like rooms everywhere.
Everywhere.
I wonder what the total number of bands they've had at the Cactus joint in Willis.
Oh my God.
Because I feel like you could have like 6 bands there.
Yeah.
In different in different areas.
Everybody goes to the Cactus. Everybody, all the players.
Yeah. It's weird. So, but yeah, they had a big night. So we'll interpret his voice. Was he just screaming?
Yeah. No, he was just talking a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it got kind of hoarse on him. He was trying to announce stuff, and it just it was pretty bad.
Fair enough.
But I think he made good money. Yeah. We had a couple people for the silent auction for all these guitars.
Well, I'm always trying to figure out his connection to George Strait.
I think he just knows people.
Because he always has a George Strait guitar that you could win at an auction. I'm like, man, how is it just like his buddy? Always. His buddy over here, George Strait?
Caiden's Hope Foundation, man. Everybody loves that.
Yeah, so we're going to learn more about that, folks. pretty soon here. I think around 9:30. I hope.
Good.
I always get that time wrong. But moving on. Let's tell me. It's different to have you here because
Yeah.
Sean's all politics. He's all bark and no bite.
Yes.
So I know we're dogging him because he's on the airplane right now. He probably can't hear us.
Yeah. Who cares if he does?
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, bring it on. See you next week. But tell me more. Let people know more about you. Who the morning crowd is? Who's Rick? Who's Rick the Reluctant Cowboy? That kind of stuff.
Well, I started here a long, long time ago. Yeah, doing country music. I played it, and then I got the opportunity to go classic rock. Dick has allowed me to do that, man. So I've been doing classic rock.
You know what's really funny is I've been contacted several times about doing like what you're doing a show, and they're like they absolutely don't want to do country.
Mm-hmm.
And I always wonder about other radio stations where they like stick to that program. I'm like, man, does it say that we only do country? Everyone thinks this is a country station.
Yeah.
Even though we do. I would say majority of the time is country, but that's automated. Mm-hmm. And so it's funny to have discussions with folks who are just like under the impression it's a country radio station. But you do rock and roll. You really do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So you and Clint are all over the map.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yeah. And variety. And then you have jazz on the weekends, Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah. Tonight,
with CeCe Holmes. Man, she's good. A good variety. And this is not just a country talk show, radio station.
Or talk show, country talk show. That'd be boring.
That's right. But no, I'm also an actor, stage actor. I've been in films.
Hey, you're going to be in Happy Days.
Happy Days.
Look at that. We continue to promote this Happy Days at the Owen Theater opening next week, right?
May 10th.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Got it.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, and Sean Skippy is our director.
Yeah.
Yeah. Outrageous. Now he's going to be gone. Oh, well. But no, the thing is going to be great. The musical, great talent, great voices.
What do you mean he's going to be gone?
This weekend, he's in Albuquerque.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like he's not doing the directing anymore.
No.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, man, drama.
He doesn't really direct anyway. He just points and,
Is he one of those directors who sits next to you instead of in front of you talking to you?
No, he likes the spotlight.
Okay.
He likes everybody to see him, and he wears the t-shirt that says "I'm the director."
Was Ryan always in movies when they're doing stage reenactments? Mm-hmm. Like those some movies have like, oh, this woman's an actress on stage. The director's always like 6 rows up at a table.
Yeah.
Is that a real deal? Do they always have a table there? Or
they do that because they need something to write on, and they need to be up and looking.
Okay.
Right.
But they're not always doing that, right? They're sometimes on the stage with
right.
you.
Right. Sometimes.
But every time in a movie, they're always like, I was like, man, is that a good directing thing?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't.
Now, do you like directors?
The directors we have, yes.
Well, the Owen Theater.
Yes.
If people don't know what the Owen Theater is, it's a place here in downtown Conroe that it hosts the Players Theater Company, who is a community theater. So it's volunteers, all volunteers.
All volunteers, yes.
And basically, the director's a volunteer. You're a volunteer. So it's a really great way to get involved in theater acting.
Correct.
Because there's no pressure. You just have fun.
Have fun.
It's the art.
Stage Right here at the Caiden.
Stage Right does over the Caiden Theater, yeah.
So we've got a lot of talent around here, which is a good thing. And as long as you'll give me this opportunity, I want to talk about local artists, and I promote local artists on my show. So if you guys are local artists,
as musicians,
yes. If you are,
and you have
local,
a game show today.
Yeah, 4:00.
So at 4:00 every Friday, you do a game show, prizes and all that.
Yeah, prizes. Yeah, we've got Terry Lynn. We got a few people coming in today.
From the Owen Theater.
Yeah, Terry Lynn Hale.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
She is.
Yeah,
really is. So we're gonna
watch out for her. She's gonna eat you alive.
No, really, she says she's terrible. We're just gonna feed her Elvis questions because she's an Elvis person.
Okay, that's fair enough.
We'll feel for you.
So that's at 4:00 today.
4:00 today.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then local artists, like I said, I do this every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. If you are a local artist, 936-647-3776 is our message number.
Yeah, you love it. You have a lot of local artists on.
Yeah, a ton of them.
So
yeah, they like to come on. They like that. Radio.
They're hungry.
They are hungry.
Yeah.
They deserve it, too. Okay. The artists, oh, my God. They are fantastic. The musicians we have here at the Pacific Yard House, the Corner Pub, the Red Brick. I mean, those just to name a few.
Well, the city of Conroe is doing that. Was it like they went through some process for the state of Texas to be known as a city for music.
Yeah, a music-friendly city.
Yeah, so I think it's more of a network. So when you're a musician, you can get on that network and you can see who's part of. They have some fancy acronym,
Yeah.
But they're also having a meeting next Thursday.
Next Thursday,
at 5:30 at the Corner Pub.
Mm-hmm.
to bring artists. If you're an artist, go check it out because it's where the networking meeting is happening for all musicians.
That's right.
So
you and I are going to be there. So
Yeah.
it'll be nice. It'll be fun. Come on down. Corner Pub next Thursday, 5:30.
What's your favorite live gig here?
It has to be Yard House.
Really?
Yeah. Even though Red Brick is really great for singer-songwriters.
I have issues with the Art House.
Do you?
Yeah. They don't really, they're a restaurant. And
Yes.
then when they're doing their music, they kind of turn on you. Like, I'll never forget, I went there and I got a $5 added onto my bill because I was there eating after the band started.
Oh, they charge you $5.
$5. I was like, this is kind of strange. And they were like, yeah, that's at the door. They had this little sign, and I mean, granted, they had a sign, but I was like, yeah, but we're leaving. Like, we're not even 20 minutes into the set.
Yeah.
And that really kind of gave me a bad taste in my mouth.
Okay.
Because how would you feel if you're sitting enjoying your meal, which isn't cheap,
No.
and they're like, hey, just so you know, in 5 minutes the band's going to start. We're going to have to charge you $5 if you're going to keep sitting here.
That's ridiculous.
So
That is.
yeah, I thought that was, I mean,
That
I don't
is.
really know how restaurants work. I know you got to make money. I know you got to pay the band. I don't know what the thing is, but
Yeah.
that was a little strange to me.
Very strange.
And
Man.
but the food's really good there, so they're not dogging that. That's probably the most important part. That's what keeps their doors open.
That's right. But the Red Brick, I mean, they've got all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
Practically 7 days a week. Practically.
Yeah.
So,
Is that Wayne here?
yeah, Wayne's here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Come on in, Wayne. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I like
like that.
I like that cactus joint because it's big.
Right.
So if you get to a crowded area, you can move.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that's the downside to majority of all of the venues here are you can smoke in them.
Ah.
So that's really kind of the downside to
Yeah.
majority of the venues in Conroe and around the surrounding areas. But you can't smoke in Yard House, which is nice,
Nope.
and you can't smoke because I think it's a restaurant. Like you can't smoke in restaurants. But who
Right.
goes to a restaurant to watch live music?
Hell, you did.
Wayne,
no.
sit down. Wayne. Well, I didn't go there to
No,
watch
to
live
watch it.
music. I went
No.
to go there have a date. And so
Yes, indeed.
we're getting Wayne Keller sit
Wayne.
down, Caiden's Hope. So we'll get him going here in a second. But yeah, no, that's you actually no. Let's take a break. I want
Yeah,
to get
let's do
Wayne
that.
on this conversation because he's a really big live music. They
Oh,
were
yeah.
they're at Big Texas last night, which is a live music venue.
Yes, it is.
Do they have
Huge.
food trucks or anything? Like, what do they have? Zero food policy there. Like, you can't bring food, you can't eat
Yeah,
food.
popcorn.
They have beer.
Beer,
So-
popcorn.
they have popcorn?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We're going to be taking a quick break to set up Wayne of the Caiden's Hope Foundation. So stick around for that. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio here on irlonestar.com and, of course, worldwide on Facebook and YouTube.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio. Broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
Are you one of those who feel that life is too short to drink bad coffee? Then come to Beanpong Coffee. Beanpong Coffee is open with 2 locations. Whether you're in downtown Conroe or historic Montgomery, we have the best fresh brewed and specialty coffee, delicious pastries, and courteous staff. Come visit us at 330 North Main Street in Conroe or 401 College Street, Suite 170 in Montgomery. Visit beanpongcoffee.com to see our complete list of special events.
What is homelessness? Have you seen parents struggle to find a job without having transportation or childcare? What about the children sleeping in cars with nothing to eat? Families shouldn't have to struggle to survive, and children should not be homeless. Family Promise of Montgomery County serves the needs of homeless families and their children. Learn about ways you can help and learn about partnership opportunities at www.familypromiseofmc.org or call our day center at 936-441-8778.
I need transport troubadours who get killed before they reach Bombay.
All right, welcome back to Mornings of Lone Star, irlonestar.com, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, 68 degrees outside in Conroe, and it's a high of 84 and a low of 59. It's going to be very sunny today.
How breezy is it?
Little clouds.
Beautiful.
Winds around 9 miles an hour.
It looks.
What's our tree doing outside?
Yeah, it's blowing pretty good.
All right, it's looking good. Yeah, by the way, Kids Fest tomorrow, free. So if you have family, come down downtown Conroe. Did I ever tell you a story about Sydney Cochran? She didn't lose her, granddaughter, but the granddaughter I was there with her, and the granddaughter walked off, and she kind of freaked, so she told somebody, and it became Operation Lockdown of Kids Fest.
Oh, wow.
I've never seen that many people, they closed the gates. They had they have code words on their little walkie-talkies, and they found her in 2 minutes. Really easy.
Nice. But
So-
still, that's a panic.
At least they did it the right
Yeah.
way. I mean,
No, I was
they-
kind of surprised because I was like, oh, I'll go over here, you go over there, and then no. And you couldn't leave, no, they wouldn't even let people in.
Wow.
That's smart. That's
So-
smart.
Nice. Well, that's here tomorrow, right?
But yeah, I think it's happening. It starts at 10:30, I think 11, and then it's free, but there's gonna be food and everything, so bring cash, of course, for that. So if in the studio, I probably need to put the cameras on because I got way into talking there.
Way to go.
We have Wayne Keller of Caiden's Hope Foundation.
Yeah.
They have a really neat event coming on. We're going to talk a little bit about that coming up. But we were talking about live venues because a lot of people who
music, yeah.
support Caiden's Hope are musicians.
True.
For example, yesterday at Big Texas, you had Jared Starrett and then Buck Yeager
Yeager.
opening up for him. And it's a fundraiser, and you also musicians are very friendly when they, George Strait's like your best friend. So we know that
wish
because
that
you have
was
all these
true.
guitars. But
He is a nice guy, but
well, that's one thing I love about what you do is you get people to sign guitars all the time. Every opportunity you meet a musician that has some value to their penmanship, it's kind of or even that, just sign it, and you have here's a local Conroe artist guitar and stuff like that. And I thought that was really unique. And
I was talking to Ray Benson of Asleep at the Wheel, and he's signed 6 or 7 guitars over the years. And every time I see him, it's he doesn't remember my name, but he remembers Caiden's Hope, and he remembers what I look like.
That's important.
And that's probably the most important thing is, hey, Ray, how you doing? He said, what, you need me to sign another guitar? I went, yeah. And he does. He's gracious, very gracious about doing it. And I said, Ray, I think over the past 6 or 7 years on the guitars that he signed, we probably raised about $4,000 on all his guitars over the time period. He said, man, I can't go into a bank and get $4,000 on my signature. This is not
he's in the
good.
wrong game. No. Well, what people need to know right now is where can they find information about Caiden's Hope?
Well, the fastest and the best place, of course, is online at caidenshope.org. It's CAIDENS, Caiden's Hope, HOPE.org. And you can go in there and get all the information about what we do and the families we try to help. But I want to talk about last night first.
Yeah, it's a good one.
yes.
Yeah,
we're going to have this conversation about live music.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this.
Yeah, because first we were at Big Texas Dance Hall and Saloon last night in Spring. Rick was there.
Yeah.
And Jared Starrett and the Hired Guns, and then Buck Yeager opened for him, and there weren't a lot of people. But it's a Thursday night. What are you going to do?
They pre-sold about 84 tickets.
Yeah,
85.
That's a lot of people. What are you talking about?
Well, then the
It
people
holds
coming in.
It holds 1,500, so it was.
Well,
it looked pretty empty.
that's a lot of people, though.
But nonetheless, the people that were there supported us and supported Jared and Buck and their music, and they both did a really, really great job.
Oh, they were rocking.
They were. It was very good. I'd actually only heard Buck from when he's been on the air here. I've never seen him live before, and I'd never met him or anything. So I went over and talked to him a few minutes ahead of time, and introduced myself and all that. But really enjoyed his music. And Jared, I've known for years, and I've seen him perform many, many times. But things were kind of slow in the fundraising part last night. So we got all of a sudden, Jared made an announcement about something. People just flocked to the guitars.
He's really good about that, isn't he?
And boom, we raised $1,550 in a matter of about a minute. It went from 0 to $1,550 just that fast. So thanks so much to Jared and Buck and everybody that was out there last night. And I had a good time. I mean, my voice is. I lost my voice last night. I don't know why. I wasn't talking a lot, but
it was good. Those guys were good. And to be able to see Jared Starrett with his whole band, I've had Guitar Dave and I've had a few of his band members in here with him, but they're just kind of mellow and they're just kind of sitting here playing, but man, they rocked.
Yeah, it is a different show. It's a totally different show. Totally. Anytime you see an artist that can do an acoustic show and it's just them, it's just like I said, it's kind of mellow, it's kind of quiet. They do their songs, everything's happy, you have a great time. But then you bring in a whole band. You bring in like Jared's case, he had a fiddle player last night.
Yeah.
Fiddle player and a bass and drums and all that.
Isn't there a song about you have to have a fiddle in the band?
Texas,
If you want to play in Texas.
Alabama.
There you go.
That's right.
I'm glad Jared's listening.
He was listening, yes. And, but I forgot what I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, Big Texas is one of those venues that, like, it's a strange place because the atmosphere is all driven by who's there.
True.
Because the people who come see, because they've had some really big acts, they've had some really small acts, and it just depends on, because I've been there for acoustic shows where it's really nice. It reminds me of that Main Street Crossing kind of thing and Tomball.
Yeah.
But like that venue's not built for that. You're like you said, it's huge.
It's built for a band.
Live band. No, I thought it's built for like mosh pitting and stuff because there's just there's that much room.
This is a country place. We don't do that.
Well, bar fights. How about that?
All right.
We're the stools you can use.
Yeah, they have those. I'm sure.
But it's a neat place, and there's a lot. I mean, like it's unique because it's just dirty enough where I feel comfortable.
Right.
Like when I go to Dosido, I do not feel comfortable going to Dosido.
No, you got to get dressed up.
Because it looks too fancy.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is too fancy in here. And but
it was very casual last night.
That's cool.
Texas. It was good.
What's your favorite venue besides Big Texas of last night?
Well, of the ones that are around here.
He's gonna say Dosido.
No, I wasn't. Actually, I was gonna Main Street Crossing.
That's a neat place
because it's very, very intimate. It's pretty small. I don't know how many.
What do you?
150.
How do you feel about them charging? Like they have like a price structure that they could literally do by masking tape. Because I remember one of my good friends, Paul Cawthon, who I went to school with. He's pretty big in Austin, and he was playing there solo. And I remember walking. I'd never been to Main Street Crossing, so I went in there, and I was like, whatever the ticket, whatever. So I give her money, and I sit down. She's like, no, you can't sit there. You have to sit at the table to the right.
Certain places.
And I was like, you mean like literally right here? Like I have to sit there? And she's like, yeah, this is an extra $10 to sit.
The closer you are to the stage,
oh my God.
But we're not talking standing. We're talking sitting. I was like, man, that's really strange.
Yeah. Well,
okay. Well, I'll sit right here because Paul's not worth $10. I'll talk to him afterwards.
Well, Johnny Riley, a good friend of mine, he wanted to do a gig there at the Main Street. And they said, listen, you've got to have pre-sale tickets.
Right.
And otherwise, we're canceling the show. So he had to have a certain amount of people calling in going, I want a ticket. Otherwise, you're done.
I enjoyed it because it was you could see everything. And
it's just so intimate.
It's intimate,
I mean, you could be as close as we are right now. You could be to the artist.
Yeah.
And depending on who that artist is. I mean, I saw Roy Clark there. And when,
really?
He was in the, before he passed away, he was in the Hall of Fame. He was, big, huge name in country music. I mean, so much so that when he walked into into the venue, and he was getting pretty old. He had to have a walker, and he had to have some guys helping him. I mean, he's pretty old. But as soon as he came into the room, he got a standing ovation. I mean, just from walking in, much less doing anything. And when he got up on the stage, his age and stuff wouldn't allow him to play guitar anymore. His fingers wouldn't work like they used to. And so he just told stories, and then the band played around him, and he could sing, still sing. But, I mean, to be 10 feet away from Roy Clark in a place like Main Street, it's just really, really, I love that. It's just so close. It's so intimate. I think of all of the places around here, that's my favorite.
Okay, cool. That's a neat place.
I do like them all pretty much because I think there's a lot of people out there that just don't support live music as much as they should.
Yeah.
Well, I think also like what it reminds me of is the dynamics of tipping. Because when you go to restaurants, every restaurant has a different way tipping works in their system. And the same thing happens when I go see live artists. Because, like, for example, one of my favorite artists is Jake Ward. And he's from San Antonio, and I've seen him all around Texas. But when I call him, I go, hey, how's the front gate working? Like, is it you get the money, or is it them? Like, how does it work? Because every place you go is a little different. Well, they'll get, like, you get the first percentage of the gate price or something like that. And a lot of people don't know that. So when you're trying to support somebody,
different.
it's like you don't really know where that money's going towards.
I learned something the other day. It's just a little bit off the topic, not much, but a little bit. I was talking to Aaron Watson's merchandise guy.
Yeah.
When he was out at a venue here in Houston not too long ago. And, he brings in 10,000, 15,000 people easy.
Well, he's the smart guy. He did both the Christian music and Texas country. So you got like a
he's
huge
very,
following.
very,
huge
very,
following.
very, very smart guy. Very, very nice too. But I through the charity, one of the ways we raise money, like you said before, is we get these guys to autograph guitars. Well, usually you got to buy the guitar and take it to them. In his case, it's just easier if I get one of his guitars.
Gorgeous.
And yeah,
Does he have his own kind of guitar?
Yeah. There's a company just south of Austin in Dripping Springs
Okay.
that wraps guitars for just about everybody in the world.
So they make vodka and guitars there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And anyway, I said, well, it's for the charity, and he knows all about it and everything. So I said, can you cut the price a little bit, because they want, I think, $450
A guitar?
a guitar that's autographed by.
Who plays autographed
Aaron Watson.
guitars?
Nobody. They go on the wall.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, let's be real here.
Yeah.
But $450. It's a pretty decent price for a pretty normal price, I guess, for those kind of guitars.
Are you going to start doing ukuleles or whatever? I feel like that's the best
He
way
has
to
a
go
fiddle.
about it.
He has a fiddle.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore. It went.
It
It went last night.
Yeah, last night.
Wow.
But when I was talking to the merchandise guy, he said, "Yeah, we can do that. Aaron likes you guys, and he likes what you do and stuff. So we can do that. Can we wait till Monday?" And I went, "Yeah, sure. Why?" He said, "Because the gate's getting 40% of all our merchandise.
What?
Man,
The venue gets 40%
Of their like T-shirts?
all merchandise.
I asked him, so I said, how does George Strait do it? He said, look, when he plays the rodeo, he probably sells $500,000 in merchandise. He'll sell it until he runs out. Then can't anymore. But if the Astro, I mean the
Aaron's played at the rodeo.
Energy, yeah, he has. If Energy Stadium takes 20%, you take $500,000 and you take 20% just because you're letting us sell something. Boom, that's a crazy business.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in the world that don't understand music, and I'm one of them. It's a crazy.
Well, it's different everywhere you go.
business.
It's different. Like I think Corner Pub's the only legit place I know where like because they don't usually charge for bands.
Right.
But when they charge for bands, it's for a reason. Like
Yeah.
you can find out pretty quickly. Like, oh, what's this to cover? And that's what I like because it's not hard to find out there. But other places, no one knows
Right.
unless you know the band.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
It's one thing I like about Kyle Park now is he's playing anywhere. I send a text message. I say, I need 4 tickets. They say, okay. And then I'm backstage, and I don't have to mess with the crowd.
Nice.
And they give all the free beer you want back there. So
Nice.
that
Anywhere,
makes
free
life
beer.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get in free, go backstage, drink free beer.
It all depends upon who you know.
That's right. That's right. It's
Who
who
you
you
know.
know. That's right. Anyway.
All right.
well, cool. All right. Well, Dennis is saying that Tuts is the only place in Conroe that you can smoke. I don't think so, dude. I think Papa's on the Lake. You can smoke anywhere on location.
Not inside now.
They changed it.
Yeah. You can smoke outside.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, but they have those big doors, and you have the.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not kidding you. When I first moved here, I was like, man, that's crazy to me that you can smoke anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
I will actually avoid a venue if they allow smoking. Big Texas doesn't.
Right.
And my voice was shot from last night, and there was no smoke. Could just imagine what
Does
it would
Johnny
be
B's have
if
more
there was
bands?
smoking.
Ooh. I wouldn't think so.
That place is like I figure they make cigarettes there. Yeah. So
Man.
I like that place too because every time you go, the cover to get in is always different. It's like gas prices.
Probably depends on how much they have to pay the band.
Well, the thing is about Tuts is their stage isn't built yet. So they're still getting that stage built so they can get venues and they can get groups in there.
It's a
and
neat
stuff.
place.
Yeah. It's old.
Yeah.
It's an old one.
It's
85. they started 80 something around. It's outrageous.
Talking about old venues, and Ray Benson and Asleep at the Wheel have their dance hall tour every year, and they go to all the really old dance halls across Texas, because they said if we don't go, they're not going to be here. And I'm sure they have to pay him quite a lot to walk in the door, but I also get the feeling from talking to him that his price is here, but when he does a dance hall show, it's way down here, because he realizes this stuff's going to be gone, and we got to keep these buildings, operating. And so he makes a tour every year, the dance hall tour.
Nice.
And he's just
Nice.
I mean, I've seen him in places where you could walk in the door and pay $15, and I've seen him in places where you had to pay way over $100 to see the same show.
Oh, Dusty Dough, yeah. Love the Dusty Dough.
Yeah, it is a little pricey. I like it there. I like it's close by. You're close to the artist.
Well,
and all
it's
that
kind of
stuff,
like
but
Main
it's a
Street,
little
where they have a
pricey.
really unique bands. If you look at because they pretty much schedule out, I think, 4 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so, yeah, if you go to the website, you see a little bit, but then they actually have a printout sheet that goes, like, you can tell the graphic designer quits because the first page has, like, a banner for each one and names and different fonts, and then the next page is literally just, Times New Roman and dates. And, like, oh, yeah, we don't want to do that for everybody.
Graphic artist.
It's like, we're not making that much money
Yeah.
on this show. But.
So what is Caiden's Hope about?
Well, we help out families that have a baby in neonatal intensive care. Now, just to give you a rough idea, if a baby was born here in Conroe and needed to be transported to the big hospitals downtown, either Texas Children's or Women's Hospital of Texas, Herman Memorial, any of the big ones downtown who have huge neonatal facilities. And so do some of the smaller ones too, but the big ones are downtown. Mm-hmm. So if you had to drive every day from here to downtown Conroe, here to downtown Houston, have lunch, maybe dinner, because you're going to be there as much as you possibly can, then turn around and drive all the way back. Then you got to pay for gas, you got to pay for lunch, you got to pay for parking. I don't know what parking is right now in downtown, but it's around $20 a day.
I would say, yeah.
It's
all
at least
who you know,
it's
man.
at least 18.
That's all who you know.
You
Yeah,
know, well, you got an insight, but all that gets expensive, and so what we do at Caiden's Hope is we try to help out those families with all those expenses. We can't pay for medical treatment. We don't know anything about medical treatment, so you don't want us paying for it anyway. But we pay for short-term hotels and gas, food, parking.
Yeah, people don't realize that if
like
you do that
it all adds
7
up.
days a week.
Yeah, I mean, and just a lot of these kids are in the hospital for 2 months, 3 months.
I was going to say, I don't expect you to know the average, but if a premature baby's born, what's the average time spent in the hospital?
It
just depends.
It varies because
Yeah.
every baby's different, and sometimes if they're born, say at 37 weeks to 40 weeks, they may not be there at all, even though it's early, but it's not seriously early. You're there born at 24 weeks, you're there for up until 40 weeks. And they usually will keep the baby until their original due date. That pretty much is the guideline. So if you're born at 24 weeks, you're going to be there, a long time. And that's, like, in this case, like if baby born in Conroe, that's not so bad to have to go to downtown Houston every day. It's not great, but it's not so bad. If you live in Nevada, Idaho, Montana, Utah, you go to Salt Lake City. So it's another state. I mean, it might be 6 or 8 hours away from home.
Wow.
And usually, if they have other kids at home, they got to go to school, So mom's got to go, obviously. But
You help with the dynamic.
Yeah.
The unique dynamic of having a premature baby born. And people don't ever think about that, but when you start going into it, you're like, oh, great. Now how do I? Okay. Now I'm exhausted.
That's right. There's a lot of expense and that people just don't think about. Now, my wife and I, we had 3 boys, and she was in the hospital for 10 minutes, and the insurance company kicked her out. Just really, really fast. I mean, it's just in and out.
You did.
We had no idea at all until my buddy out in California, Eddie Call. I've known him since the 8th grade. His first grandchild, they actually thought it was a girl. He was a girl, up until the day he was born. Was born 2 months early, and then everything that they went through in having to find a place to stay, and even in Los Angeles. I mean, that's not even though UCLA has its own hotel, it's full every day of the year, and it costs $250 a night.
Sure.
It's Los Angeles. I mean, they're expensive. But everything that family went through for the 2 months that Caiden was in the hospital in Los Angeles is what convinced Charlene and I to do this. I love this little story that we were sitting, it always would come up in conversation over and over and over and over for 6 months. And one day we were sitting on the deck in the backyard watching the world go by, and it came up in conversation again. And I was just kind of complaining, somebody should be helping it. Rick should be paying for this. The insurance company should be paying for this. The government should be paying for this. Somebody needs to help these people. And my wife turned to me and said, yeah, we need to. And I went, oh, what have I done now? Stuck my foot in it. But that was almost 10 years ago. And we've helped about 600 families in every state, and a couple of families from other countries that had to come to the United States to be able to get the care that their baby needed. We had one lady in particular that was from China, and the hospital was in San Diego, and they called us and said, I'd love to help, but that's way beyond what we can afford. And I mentioned this to a friend who mentioned it to a friend who mentioned it to a friend, and they called up and said, we understand you need about $2,500 to get this lady from China to San Diego. I said, yeah, it's about what we need. They said, okay, we'll have a check for you tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
And it's just like, bam. And so I
Wow.
called the hospital and said, look, we've got this all taken care of. And they went, really? It's like, yeah, I was surprised too.
Yeah.
But boom, it went.
Well, let's talk about the fundraiser you're doing on
Yeah.
May 4th.
May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Or Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah,
well,
it's Cinco de
no.
Mayo.
Cinco de Cuatro.
But we're trying to figure out what the rally meant, and it's on Eventbrite. We linked it, and it's called Caiden's Hope Road Rally for Preemies.
Right. Well, what this is a road rally where we give you instructions, and from a starting point in downtown Conroe, we give you the instructions that you need to follow. And if you follow
Like on
those
paper?
on paper,
Okay.
and because there's a driver, and the driver's going to just drive the navigator, the other person will be following the directions and telling the driver what to do. But if they follow all the directions correctly, then they'll come to certain points in Conroe and throughout Montgomery County that they have to stop and take a picture of, or answer a question, or see something. For instance, like last year we had a small rally, and one of the clues that we gave was a Wings with Wheels, which is the bicycle place.
Right.
Now, we were videotaping, my wife and my sister, when they were taking the
That could be God's Garage.
no, it wasn't.
God's garage.
Just to let you know, there's a place with wings and wheels, like the logo.
I know, but they were on this street.
All right, good.
And my sister-in-law says, Lone Star, Lone Star, Lone Star. No, that's not it.
Where are the wheels on that one?
They said, but there's wings.
There's wings.
So
There's no wheels.
Then they found the right place, and they got all excited, and they go on to the next clue.
That's cool.
So the more clues that you get, the more answers that you get correct, will allow you to win. And then we've got quite a lot of a few sponsors, but the biggest ones being American Business Machines and O'Reilly Auto Parts. And whoever wins, the grand prize this time is a staycation at the Houstonian
Nice.
in downtown
Nice.
Houston, and then dinner, and then a bottle of wine and a show that all goes with it into one little package. But we've
Well, say I want to do this. How do I go ahead and start this and get all the paperwork together?
well, you can just give me cash right now.
Okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Or you can go to caidenshope.org, CAIDENSHOPE.org, and there's a link, and it'll take you to an Eventbrite page, and you can it's $75 per car. That's a driver and a navigator.
You got to have two.
You gotta have two.
Have two.
Sometimes people will want to bring little kids, and that's great, but a 16-year-old is almost cheating, because that's another pair of good eyes. If you're 4 years old and you're too busy goofing off, but the more people that you get involved, and in your team, and your team gets bragging rights and all that stuff.
Right.
It's
That's
kind
cool.
of it's
And
kind
the
of fun. We actually-
$75 goes to Caiden's Hope.
Goes to Caiden's Hope, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. And we actually had couples that started out great and were fighting by the end of the.
Oh, no.
By the end of it, one guy.
Yeah, I can already see myself doing that.
One guy that I was asked last night this guy was going to be in it, and I said, I don't think so. I think his wife getting a divorce.
So you
And it's
go.
like they were so mad.
you go to each place. You answer a question or whatever way
Take a
you win. So you
picture,
get you get a knock,
Yeah.
and then you go to the next place. You get a knock, and so when I arrive at where we, because you can tell people we're going to B-52s,
Yeah,
right?
in this case, normally
just did.
You just did.
It's okay. No, it's okay. Normally,
It's on
yeah, it's
the
on the
It's on the
website.
page.
Yeah, normally we don't tell them what their final destination is, but this we thought we would. But they can't just say, "Okay, great, I'm just going to go to B-52 and I win," because
They
that's
won't
not
have
gonna,
all the
you won't
knocks.
have all the answers
Yeah.
to the questions.
And
that's-
you're not going to tell them how many questions or
excuse me,
anything, right?
There's probably 7 pages worth of
Wow.
stuff.
Okay.
So when you arrive at B-52s, what happens? Like you just wait for everyone to How do you know if you win? Like how does that work?
As soon as the team arrives, we take their information, and people are checking all their stuff. And then by the time everybody's there, and they leave in 1 minute increments. They're going to be there. Within,
Relatively soon, unless you're just
half
killing
hour,
each other.
It's
half
just
hour
flying
or
down the
something.
road.
Within a half hour,
No speed.
everybody will be there. But then go through and they check everything and they find out who got everything right.
I think it's important for the listeners to know that this isn't a timed event.
No,
Not-
it's not.
no time.
We
So
don't
you
want
don't
you
have to
speed.
speed.
In fact, we encourage you that you don't speed, that you follow all
Safety rules.
safety rules, and stop signs and everything. We don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah.
We won't cover you if you do.
So what can I win?
Well, like I said, the grand prize is
There's one that's the main thing.
that's the main thing, staycation
Okay.
at the Houstonian downtown. But there's all sorts of other stuff put together into packages. And we've got B-52 Brewing Company is giving us a package, and Chili's and Chiller Bees and Chewy's and Cracker Barrel.
Chiller
and
Bees.
Chiller Bees, yeah.
it's the
It's
little
a yogurt place.
frozen yogurts.
Yeah.
And the downtown aquarium's giving us a package. We've got a bottle of whiskey that's autographed by, I guess, the distillers.
Okay.
Good Company Barbecue gave
want
us
that.
a gift card for $100 in barbecue. That's
Nice.
That's a plate.
Yeah, no kidding.
There you go.
It's a huge one.
That's a couple pecan pies from them.
But the Grotto and the Woodlands Hand and Stone Massage. Give you
Nice.
a $99
Yeah.
massage.
Oh,
thing,
that's a big one.
The Improv downtown. There's a picture of J.J. Watt, but it's not autographed.
Oh, no.
I wish
Just
because
a picture of JJ.
Just a picture. It's a real nice picture. Joe's Italian Restaurant right here in town.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah,
great
down
Italian
175,
food.
yeah.
They gave us a gift card, and Kendra Scott in the Woodlands gave us a really nice necklace and
Bracelet type.
You know what's
bracelet
funny
thing.
about that? You know how long it
You
took
look
me to
really good in
realize
it.
that's a jeweler a
jeweler store.
Yeah, because every time
It's pretty
someone would talk
high-end,
about, it, I thought
yeah.
it was a person,
Well,
and I was like, how do these
Kendra
people know
Scott
this
is a
lady?
was
person.
Like,
originally.
who is this lady?
Kendra
How does-
Scott is a smart woman.
Yeah.
who invented this, put her stuff together. And then like Margarita Pizza and Mod Pizza.
Oh, so there's a lot of stuff going
Margarita's
on.
Mexican and Outback and Panera.
Is there any beer involved in this? Like, does the ticket include any beer?
Well, no, you get to buy that when you get there.
Okay, yeah, because B-52s is really good, but they have like a unique way you have to get beer there.
Yeah.
Because they have
Yeah.
they have like a different license, and it's pretty interesting. That's a neat place, especially when they
I
have.
enjoy
Have
it.
you been there since they
Oh, yeah.
opened up the new?
Yes.
What do you call that? Like, is it a hall or is it the brew hall?
Tap room.
Tap room.
Okay, so they actually have a legit tap room.
Yeah.
That's a cool place.
It's really nice. And all the trees. It's like
Yeah,
6 or
nice.
7 acres, and if the weather's nice, there's so many trees that you're in the shade all the time, so it's not hot.
Well, one thing I really
It's
like about
pretty
that
there.
place too is if you're not a really big beer drinker, they have so many varieties of craft beers that you wouldn't even think of beers. They do a lot of fruit stuff.
Yeah, they have like 50 different kinds.
And
something
it's
like
really it's like because I know when Holly goes, Holly's not a real big beer person, so she's like, oh, I like to try the raspberry whatever,
Yeah.
and it's beer, but it doesn't taste anything like beer.
that. I just get Pilsner.
Yeah,
Be done with it. But Santa's Wonderland up in College Station gave us a 4-pack of tickets to the 2019 season.
Wow.
And those are like $40 a piece.
Wow.
So these are all things that you can either win or you can bid, have an auction, silent auction on, as well as some more guitars.
So the event is happening on the 4th of May.
Saturday,
Yeah,
May
the,
4th.
and then people can purchase tickets on Eventbrite.
Right.
I linked it in our Facebook description, folks. So if you go to Facebook, you can see it there.
Yeah, they can go to that and have a great time. And then, like I said, the guitars that we've got signed, we've got Aaron Watson, Kevin Fowler, Kyle Park, Cameron Nelson, and John Stork on one. And then from last night, Jared Starrett and Buck Yeager.
There you go.
Nice.
And
Nice.
see if we can raise some more money to help out these families that they really desperately need it. I one of the things I really hate about this charity is having to say no. You get a hospital will call us and they say, we've got this family, and they start going into this long story, and I know in my head that we don't have any money. And so it's like,
How many
can't
preemies?
right now.
You mentioned a
600
number last
families.
night.
600
families, yeah.
Yeah, a year.
No, total.
Total.
So far, over the
Okay,
years.
that you've helped. But how many preemies are there a year
Oh,
that happen?
400,000.
A year
in the United
in the
States.
United
Guys, let's stop. Let's just stop
Holy
reproducing, folks. Like that. Cut it down.
Yeah.
400,000 every year in the United States.
And you're just a drop in the bucket.
Yeah, and most people have never heard of us. I get calls all the time from the hospitals. Well, Mom looked you up online, and it says you need to talk to the hospital, so I'm calling you on behalf of so and so, which is exactly what we want them to do. So I'm glad someone read it. But they'll say, we never heard of you. I said, no one has, but we've been around for almost 10 years, and I mean, the very first year we helped 5 families in 1 year. We set our goal at helping one because we didn't want to. If this didn't work,
Yeah.
it just.
Well, that's one thing that's most people, like we've talked about, who don't know about a situation like this until they personally know someone or they go through it.
Right.
And then they realize, hey, this actually is falling through the cracks in a sense of, how do we help our neighbors?
Yeah,
And with what you're doing too, is there's some hospitals have some procedures and things too, right? Where like, why do you want the hospital to contact you?
Well, to be honest with you,
So no one cheats you?
exactly.
That's what I figured.
We actually have had families in the past that we really don't think they had a baby in the NICU, and because they kept calling, the story kept changing, and
Was it a prince from Nigeria?
no, no, they got money.
Yeah.
They got money. They don't need any help. But we finally thought, this is probably something we should be doing strictly through the hospital. So it's kind of vetting the need.
Yeah.
And I always tell the hospitals, look, if we got money, you can have it. If we don't have money, you can't have it. It's that simple. There's no red tape. That's just more work for me. I don't want to do that. So we get some basic information, name, address, telephone number, that kind of stuff. If they've got it, it's in Federal Express the next day.
And you do all this, and you have a daytime job,
A
too.
real job, too.
Yeah. My gosh. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Some days they don't call at all.
Oh, man.
So let's kind of tell everyone we're with Wayne Keller of
Yeah.
Caiden's Hope.
Yeah.
And on Cinco de Mayo, you're doing a rally,
Road rally.
for a fundraiser, and it's going to end up at B52. So it's going to be, is the May 4th, is that on like a Saturday? What is that?
Saturday,
Fourth.
yeah.
That's perfect to end up at B52s on a Saturday.
That's right.
And there's a lot of things going on with it. You can, and folks outside of the rally, they can donate.
Sure. In fact, the people who are who aren't listening and just happen to go to B52 that day, they can come over and bid on anything. They can win raffle tickets.
So you don't even have to do this rally, folks.
You
Just
don't
show
have
up and drink some beer.
But it's better if you do.
It's
A lot
important.
more fun. Raise more money.
Raise more money.
Well, Wayne, thank you so much for coming in.
Well, it's you guys, I got a history.
Yeah.
A history here.
Long one.
Well, I don't know about that. But it's a fun thing, and you guys do a good little job of keeping everybody going.
Yeah.
But
Well, thank you, Wayne. This
All
is
right.
fun. Yeah. We had a great time last night.
yeah,
And I can't wait for the
enjoyed
4th.
that. I really enjoyed last night. There's Buck and Jared did a really good job, and it was Jared. I was just talking to him one day back December, somewhere back in November, somewhere back in then, and he said, "Man, I really want to get into Big Texas. If I could play there, that'd be a big feather in his cap." And I said, "Well, I know the manager." So I contacted the manager, never got an answer. I sent emails, I never got an answer. About a month later, Jared said, "Hey, I'm in playing Big Texas." How did you do that? I know them, and I couldn't get them to respond. And so he told me about it, set it up. He said, "You guys want to come?" I said, "Sure. Well, Cade's will be there. Sure. Yeah, we'll go anywhere. We'll go anywhere, anytime.
Nice.
All right.
It was fun.
That's right. May 4th, guys. Go to we have a link to the Eventbrite. Get your ticket today. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com, Mornings of Lone Star. We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Are you one of those who feel that life is too short to drink bad coffee? Then come to Bean Pong Coffee. Bean Pong Coffee is open with 2 locations. Whether you're in downtown Conroe or historic Montgomery, we have the best fresh brewed and specialty coffee, delicious pastries, and courteous staff. Come visit us at 330 North Main Street in Conroe or 401 College Street, Suite 170 in Montgomery. Visit beanpongcoffee.com to see our complete list of special events.
Want to check out the fastest growing sport in the world? It's right here in Conroe, Texas, and it's roller derby. Conroe Roller Derby is a non-profit recreational league of women and men who want you to come and check out the fast-paced, hard-hitting game of roller derby. The Conroe Cutthroats practice at Rainbow Roller Rink on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. You can find our game schedule and more information on our website, www.conroerollerderby.com.
For those of you who like your partners, your gumbo, and your music salty, well, we're here to help with the music. Julian Shea here, host of Lone Star Country Nights Thursday, your weekly dose of roots and Americana and all the music that makes this part of the country special. We stir in Western swing, honky-tonk, Zydeco, Texas blues, outlaw country, and put a pinch of red dirt, and then we smoke it over a slow fire. Then listen to the results Thursday nights on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
A Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show, with monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Are you interested in learning more about preparing quick, healthy, and safe meals for your family? Would you like to spend time with others learning tips and tricks, along with practicing and tasting nutritious food? If so, the On the Road to Healthy Living Mobile Cooking School is for you. Call Amy Ressler at Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service at 936-539-7825 to find a class near you or volunteer to host a class.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris.
And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show, with monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
All right, welcome back. Mornings at Lone Star, irlonestar.com. Partner with Bean Punk Coffee. in Montgomery and Conroe, and also C3 Creative Content Creations and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Broadcasting live from the downtown Lone Star Community Radio Studios on Main Street. And just word to you guys, if you come down to downtown Conroe today, it's going to be really hard to navigate your way around.
It will.
But you won't have a hard time navigating yourself for the Caiden's Hope Rally.
Good segue.
Road Rally.
Good segue.
It's happening on Cinco de Mayo. You guys need to check it out. Thanks, Wayne, for coming in and talking about Caiden's Hope and the upcoming rally scavenger hunt.
Scavenger hunt.
Yes.
It's
all the same, right?
Yeah.
Kinda,
yeah.
maybe.
Treasure hunt. Yeah.
Maybe.
You get a treasure at the end.
Yeah. But just to let you know, if you are in downtown, Kids Fest is going on this weekend. That's why it's kind of a zoo. Yeah. But right now, it's just going to be you and I. So if you have folks on Facebook and everything want to chime in, let us know. I can actually read the comments now.
Right on.
And
it's nice.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to know what's going on. Well, I found something funny. I wanted to get your opinion on.
What's that?
Rick? Is the Satanic Temple, folks, in Salem. They are now a tax-exempt church.
They're a real church.
In Salem, of all places.
Yeah, well, that's
I think
Boston
that's
for
fun.
you.
I think that's fun.
Oh, my God. I want to see the paperwork for that. I want to see how they filled that one out.
Well, I would love, wish Wayne was still here. We could talk about nonprofits because I always try to figure out, like, is there a different status from a church than, like, say, Caiden's Hope?
Ooh, I bet you there is.
Is it?
I bet
Like, how does it all work?
Ooh.
So that's one thing I was always wondering because, again, when you're trying to do a church in the United States, I wonder what do you actually have to fill out? What do you have to say? Because couldn't you just say, like, we help a community and that's what we do? Do you have to have like a deity or something like that? Do you have to?
Well, a church is
like Buddhists don't really have a deity, do they?
No. What's the definition of a church? I mean, how do they define?
I figured it helps the community.
Yeah,
that's what I figured. Like they do something.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, look at what happened to Waco. With the Church of the Divinity, or what is it?
I don't know.
When they attacked the Waco. Oh, man, and they were a church. They were a legit church.
Were they?
Yeah.
Like they weren't paying taxes on that land?
No.
Really?
Yeah. They were legit.
What happened with that? Were they just thinking they're gun runners or something? Wasn't that
David
it?
Koresh? No, people were complaining. People were...
complaining about what, though? They have like a huge plot of land. So what are they doing? Like,
yeah, well, people who were involved with the church had said, David Koresh was doing some weird stuff and illegal stuff and sort of, from what I understand, don't quote me on this, but
the FBI raided it, right?
FBI, yeah.
So don't you have
polygamy?
Don't you? I think ATF did it.
ATF.
So wasn't it fine? I thought it was like, what was like not the excuse, but what was the paperwork said? What did the paperwork say why we're going into Waco? I thought it was firearms for some reason.
Yeah, they didn't really have any firearms.
But that was
the excuse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Then apparently they did have firearms because it all blew up. That's unreal.
Yeah.
But they were a legit church, so they had to fill out the paperwork. They had to go and do all that. So this Satan church in Salem had to do all the paperwork, had to fill it all out, had to be established church. Okay. Outrageous. Okay. So if you guys want to be a church, that's easy.
I mean, Westboro church people can be a church. They're considered a church, right?
Yeah.
If they can be a church, then anyone can be a church.
Yeah, I guess. Anybody. Establish yourself.
That'd be interesting.
The Church of Lone Star Radio.
That'd be a little weird.
It would.
But no, I figured I wanted to get your opinion on that because, a lot of people, everyone wants to be created the same, or not created, be treated the same. And then you still have some smaller towns, bigger towns, whatever, still having some connection to, like, say, a Christian faith where they have like the 10 Commandments. Mm-hmm. And now it's like there was another town where they put the pagan Satan, not Satan himself, but it was like, the horned beast.
Yeah.
They put a statue next to the 10 Commandments because they fought for that. And I was like, you know what? We don't have enough room for all these different statues we could be making.
Yeah.
But
tear them all down. Don't put up any.
Really?
I don't know. It's just how many people are you going to please? How many groups are you going to please?
I kind of think it's based off the community. Because when you start making rules for across the board for every city, that's when it gets kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because, part of...
Nazi society.
Well, it's a lot of... it's Church of England, like they did that. And, when people, like especially like Iran, when Iran had their revolution, they got rid of all the secular stuff.
That's right.
And then But I mean, I don't really know where's the line drawn. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that in my community where I'm forced to do something.
Yep.
So-
Well, that's the way it is in this country. It just happened about a month ago in Borneo or I can't remember. It's this Southeast Asian country who was the monarch, the king, the emperor, whatever he wants to call himself, is the fifth richest man in the world, and he went completely turned his whole country into this Islamic backwoods. I mean, if you
backwoods.
Well, to us it is, but to them it's this is my religion and this is how you do it. You know, you're getting your arm chopped off, your hand chopped off if you steal. If you're getting things happening, you're going to be stoned to death if you're caught.
If you're a leper, you're in the cave, bro.
You're in the cave. If you're gay, man, you're going to be dead because they're going to stone you.
Yeah.
And
extreme.
Yeah, it's very extreme, and it's today.
I just think it'd be kind of funny though. You're walking, usually in front of the courthouse is like a beautiful little walkway.
It's gorgeous out there.
And then it's like, oh look, there's a giant horned beast, holding whatever. I forgot. I can
That's
find a
outrageous,
picture.
yeah.
Have you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So now we have a church now. So I don't really know why people get so upset because there's probably some more things we need to be focused on, especially in Salem because there's witches everywhere now.
Right. That's right. Now there's plays of witches and there's all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
We have one going along out here, and I just saw it on Facebook. They're advertising for down in Houston, Beware the Witch or something.
Is it a play?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a play.
We don't promote that area.
No.
So I don't really care.
Oh gosh. But I'm all right with that. Put up a statue if you want to. If you're doing your horned beast thing, yeah, why not? If that's your thing, go for it. As long as you don't bother anybody else. Bother.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, I mean, I
Go
think
for
you can still bother people. I wonder what the real rules are to bother people. Because
Ooh.
like Westboro Baptist Church, that's like their whole stick is to bother people. So like they have to know it in and out. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we can be on this sidewalk, but we can't be on this sidewalk, and this is what we're allowed to do.
Right.
And yeah, I'm always interested in that because they have to know
They should.
the ins and outs of where they're going because they always like protest the most dramatic things where it's like a guy died and he's like a Navy SEAL or something and they always do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They don't just go randomly and start protesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Well,
Unreal.
speaking of
Unreal.
protesting, I wanted the immigration topic is always a big topic, right? So apparently, there was a Massachusetts judge who allegedly helped an illegal immigrant escape ICE, and she was indicted.
No.
And so I started thinking about judges and about lawyers, and I go, well, if I knew anything about the law, I wonder what would change in my life. Because I always wondered if this judge knew this was illegal or if it was more of her knowledge was, oh, I can bend these rules as much as possible. Because, I mean, right now there's a big shout out like abolish ICE or don't inform ICE. And I was like, okay, so if you know the rules, do you think she expected to get indicted? Or did she just say, hey, no one's going to find out about this? And then I thought, if I was a lawyer, what kind of stuff would I try to get away with? Kind of like imagine being your own CPA.
It's risk versus rewards.
So imagine you're a CPA and you do your own taxes.
Okay.
So you kind of know you have an advantage. Like, oh, this is what I'm going to do, because that's their whole job is to figure out how to save money while you're paying them. So I don't really know how that factors out in the end.
But you had mentioned earlier about a car accident, a little fender bender.
And you're the lawyer.
You're a lawyer.
And you're on the scene.
Yeah.
Or if a cop pulls you over, I always love those videos where they try to outsmart the cops, and then they get body searched at the end.
Slammed up against the car.
So,
yeah.
But I kind of wonder if you were a lawyer, what could you get away with if you just know little things?
Yeah. Or would you try and do what this judge did and trying to wiggle your way around it or try and get out of it, and because a lot of police officers don't know every single law, every single one. So who knows? You can get out of it.
Well, I mean, like, I guess it's kind of circumstantial because you're making choices off. To me, if you make a choice to what she did, it had to be based off a situation where this person needed help, and she felt like, oh, I'm compelled to help this person.
Right. The risk versus rewards. What am I going to do? Am I going to risk my job to save this person?
Yeah.
Or save one person, or maybe try to change the laws so that you can save a lot more?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, apparently the person that she saved has been deported like 3 or 4 times.
Oh.
So
Wow.
I don't know if that really helps her case. I don't know this. I don't know the circumstance of this person. So,
But you've been deported. You get over there, and then you pay your big money to come back.
well, I think that's kind of. I don't
Illegally?
think that's everybody. I think once you figure it out, you figure it out.
Yeah.
No offense to those who figured it out.
The wall needs to be built. Apparently,
Yeah.
is what they're saying.
Man.
Build the wall.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of fun. I'm surprised there's not like a phone game, like on your phone you can play. It's called Build the Wall. Or like, how people are not taking advantage of this? I don't know. I feel like that would be.
There is.
People play those silly games on their phone.
They're political
Might as well.
game. There is.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, can you imagine Donald Trump as like a cartoon character?
There is.
Really?
Yeah, there is one called the political or something to that effect. And then there's one called the communist, and you get to play, your Fidel Castro and do the communist thing.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. Somebody already thought of it.
Well, it's funny because like the judge stuff and the lawyer talk and judges. I've never been in front of a judge, but I've been in courtrooms where, like, I remember in middle school we got to go visit at the time Ted Poe, when he was a judge. I have no idea what he was a judge of or whatever, but when we went to go visit the courthouse and the way he would dish out sentences, it was funny because he seemed like one of those practical judges. So it's like, oh, you have to wear this sign for X amount of hours because you stole from the store and things like that.
Right.
And I wonder if that's on its way out because people are so sensitive to those things.
I say no, because I'll give you a good example.
Uh-oh.
You have a poster up here on the window of a gentleman who's going to be over here at the Crichton. And he had done something really bad. And the judge said, hey, you're going to go and do benefit concerts throughout the state of Texas. And you're going to do this to get out of, being sent to prison or being sent to jail.
Well, because I always wondered about folks, because my philosophy in life is there's always a negotiation.
Right.
Like you can always haggle in a sense. And those folks who go to jail who can't afford a lawyer, can't afford all this stuff, like especially like say for 30 days. Like say you get sentenced to 30 days and you can't pay bail and you're like, all right, well, I guess I'll just serve the 30 days.
Yeah.
So you're out. Because one of my good friends went to jail and he couldn't afford a lawyer, couldn't afford anything, and so he just spent 30 days in jail. But since he spent 30 days in jail, he got kicked out of school because he couldn't go to school. And we had attendance at that time.
Right.
So, I mean, it was one of those things, like, what do you do? And I go, did you even mention to the judge, like, you're enrolled? And if you don't I feel like if you could talk to a judge, I'm like, I can't, like, can I serve weekends? And I'll drive here every weekend.
Right.
That kind of thing. But, yeah, I always wonder how judges kind of come up with stuff and how really important is your presentation and really your crime.
I believe a lot. If you go up to a judge or, ripped up pants and a shirt that doesn't fit and you're smelly and dirty, and yeah, it makes a difference on them. We should get Kathleen Hamilton in here and find out her story about that. Because
today's society, everyone's distracted.
Yes.
You always have something going on back here, and now you're a judge or a person with basically their people's lives are in your hands, and you're dealing with, I'm playing my build a wall game. I can't wait to get back on my game after this and building that wall. But now it's like, what about me? I don't know how they pay attention. So yeah, maybe we can get Kathleen.
Yeah, Judge Hamilton.
Yeah. Her name is Kathleen, right?
Yeah, Kathleen Hamilton.
Okay. Yeah. Well, because what's funny, we talk about presentation and stuff. I was reading this article in Houston. This principal got in trouble because she sent out a letter asking parents to dress appropriately when they come to the school, because she was arguing that if we want to set a standard, you're the first teacher to your kids,
right?
And if we are requiring the kids to wear certain clothing, like, please respect that. So don't show up and set a lower standard. And people were calling her racist and everything. And she's a black principal. And a lot of people were arguing that, that's the white man's clothes kind of thing, like to be dressed nice, I guess. But, I mean, I always wondered, I was like, is it really the root? I think it's more of like, I don't think she's asking you to shave. It's more of,
no, dress
wear
appropriately.
Wear a shirt when you show up.
Yeah, and don't, have your pants halfway down your ankles. It just,
no, I'm convinced if you can make it work. Because people used to wear their pants on their belly button.
Mm-hmm.
Now they don't.
Right.
So, you could literally just tailor pants that go around your ankles, and but you can wear a shirt that goes all the way down. That might be a style.
They do that.
Do you think it's more of just don't show underwear? Because I always felt that was kind of a strange time. I don't know if it's still popular, but if you remember, like men's underwear, they realized they could make billboards. I think it was like
Marky Mark and
well, you know what I'm talking about? Like they changed the way they did underwear, where they have the band that's now an inch and a half thick
with all your name
all the
on
logos.
it. Yeah,
and it's like, oh yeah, this is free advertising because people are showing their underwear. But I don't think it's as popular anymore.
You know, in school, you've got to have standards. You've got to have, say, listen, this is what are you going to do in society after you get out of high school? Are you going to go to college? Are you going to go to a job? What are you going to do? Are you going to be able to relate to these people? Are these people going to be hiring you because you dress like this? Or you have these tats all over your arms and face?
Well, no, I think society now has changed its attitude towards tats.
Okay.
Because I think the only thing that people would probably think about is they have a piercing that looks painful.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like some people have like piercings right here, like that looks painful. But like people who get interviewed with nose ring or the ears, like that's fine. I don't think people care that much.
Okay.
Maybe it depends if you're like a food person because you don't want to. You know, I bet there's some rules on exposed things. I don't really know. I'm making that up.
There may be. I mean, corporations could have that sort of thing. You know, if you do have tattoos, you can't have them showed.
Yeah.
You know, arm length or whatever. But yeah, I think society has changed a little bit.
You can get away with a lot more.
It's still there.
People, when you do the discrimination word, they get panicky. They're like, "Oh no, I didn't mean that," and then you can call them a racist.
Yeah,
that's the bleep people.
That's going from one side and completely 180 to the other. I mean, that's saying let's meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a middle of the road kind of guy.
Yeah, very circumstantial.
Yeah, really is.
But yeah, God. I figured that was really funny about that judge and get in trouble.
And I kind of want to say this about this $805 million bond that's going on in the CISD.
Oh yeah,
this fluff.
We were talking
bond.
about that yesterday.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Good,
well,
good.
I mean, it was more of like when bonds happen. I thought bonds were something where they needed money, but they don't want to borrow the money. In a sense of like, I thought it was like I could go buy the bond. I could put $1,000 into this bond, and I get like a set interest on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought it was.
It's not like that?
Like it's a security, like it's a safe way to invest your money because you're always going to get that percentage back,
Right.
but it might take 30 years.
Right, long terms, yeah.
But I guess that's not it.
Wow. Yeah, because it's, from what I understand, the CISD had put a lot of fluff, is what they're calling it. A lot of stuff in there they really don't need. From what I understand.
People are always going to be criticizing any type of budget.
Right.
Because it might say, oh, we don't need Starbucks coffee. We can get Folgers.
Mm.
You know? And I think it's more of the attitude of the administration or whoever's the group saying, are we trying to save money or we are going to try to spend money for the future? Because I'm convinced whenever you spend a lot more money, you're spending more money because you're wanting more value in your return. Right. So it's like, would you like me to build these walls out of, plywood, or do you want me to do oak?
Right.
I'm like, what do you think? Mm-hmm. Where do you think, like, for example, Notre Dame? It has been burnt down for sections. What kind of wood do you think they're going to be spending money on?
Well, appropriate wood. I mean, wood from that time frame.
So, not that time frame. I think it's just more whatever keeps it up.
Whatever keeps it up. Because it's going to burn again.
Long term. We're not gonna do. Oh, we have this new cheap wood. No, that ain't gonna happen there. I bet.
And Conroe, one of the fastest growing cities in the U.S. I mean, why wouldn't we have more money for our school system here? You need it.
I still don't understand that. I wish somebody would explain that situation to me.
Yeah.
That's what I said yesterday. I go, how do you go from Woodlands High School to Conroe High School?
Mm-hmm.
And they're both in the same district. And I'm like, I wonder why this looks different.
Right.
So, I mean, I bet there's a reason. But
Conroe is older school and they've got all kinds of new buildings.
Is that what that money is part of?
It may be.
So, because you ever noticed that about architecture when it comes to government buildings?
What?
Well, like go to Houston, for example, and pull up like a map of the elementary schools, and give like each one how many years it's been there. Because I remember like I grew up in Sugar Land for a couple years, and I remember when they built the new elementary school. I was leaving elementary. And it looked completely different, totally cool, because I rode my bike by it every day because it was on my way home. And I was like, man, that's crazy because it looks so much cooler. Like, I want to go to that school. I don't want to go to this crap school. and it's so much better looking, but it's within like a 5-year period.
Yeah.
So-
Architecture, how they want to build it, how much money they want to spend on it. And maybe that's why they need the $805 million bond.
I want to go check out the new Montgomery High School with how much different that looks from the old high school.
Down there on 105 all the way up to a gorgeous high school. I go by it a lot.
I also grew up by Klein High School. And they could, I don't know if you know what Klein High School is, but it used to be a 1-story high school. And then when I went off, we're gone. And I come back, and now it's like a 3-story high school.
Wow.
It's nuts.
Wow.
Like, they just said, hey, we're not actually going to build a new high school somewhere. We're actually just going to spend a lot of money and build this up. And I was like, all right, that's cool.
Kind of makes sense.
But I wonder what a lot of the $870 million, what you can actually save money on, or maybe it's
building more schools. And heavens knows.
I think it's just, because Sean was saying it was like maintenance. And then they're doing they changed the grass. They want to do AstroTurf in a lot of the fields, which I thought AstroTurf was bad for you.
Yeah, because you have to put a concrete layer down, and then the AstroTurf goes on top of it.
Well, I meant more of like on your knees.
That's what I'm saying. You got concrete underneath the AstroTurf, and so you're going to hit harder.
Yeah.
And be bad on your knees, cut them up. There's no cushion.
Because Holly was telling me yesterday, because she does a lot of rehab stuff, she's like the best sport to really get into for your body is swimming. Because you don't have any pressure on your joints, and long-term wise, it's a lot better for your body.
My buddy Art Stringer says, do not get involved in football. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I mean, it's like saying don't get involved with boxing.
Yeah, exactly.
Where the whole point of the boxing is to hit someone in the face.
Right. Get brain damage.
Yeah. That'd be silly.
Oh, no. But anyway.
It's still fun to watch. I'll totally watch it.
It is. I do watch MMA from time to time. I like that.
Yeah.
The real wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why you can't just go no holds barred style. Just go for it.
Bare knuckle?
Yeah.
Ooh, I think there's a league.
That's picking up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man. Well, because I listen to Joe Rogan a lot, and he's a really proponent in fighting.
Yes.
And when I say combat fighting, like he likes that, but he's also talks about the safety. And he goes, well, a lot of people he doesn't really like boxing compared because he thinks that when people know that your face is that vulnerable, you'll make decisions in defending yourself, and it won't be like what boxing is developed in today. Because he's talking about the history of boxing. They make it safer, but really what they're doing is making it last longer. Mm-hmm. So you're going to last all 12 rounds because of the pads and everything. But your face is you're getting nailed.
Right.
But if you did bare knuckle fighting, you get hit in the face, you might be out, or you might be...
Or break your knuckles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Bare knuckle fighting, oh my gosh. It's out there. Yeah. And it's kind of a big thing.
Do you think it'll always be part of our society?
I do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
People
like the violence.
I was watching the Game of Thrones show, and that was one of those political decisions. Is she banned all the pit fighting, and one of the requests was, "Hey, can you open that up because that's like our entertainment?" And of course, there was underlying slavery to it, but they're like, "Well, they don't know anything else. So if we open it back up, there'll be free people fighting." That's what they want to do with their times.
Was that last Sunday?
I don't know what episode it was, but. Oh, man, who's calling you?
I don't know. Turn it off.
Hey, let's just take a break.
Okay.
You're listening to Mornings Lone Star. We're kind of just going on, but we'll be back for our last segment here on irlonestar.com.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
A Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for summer internship opportunities, a Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to grab the mic and be on the air. A Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world all year round. Be an on-air personality, talk show producer, or YouTube, TV, podcast editor. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776.
Health Center Southeast Texas is a federally qualified health center. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and most major private insurances. For our self-pay patients, we have a sliding scale discount program available. Our health centers have qualified providers and staff striving every day to provide the best quality of care to our patients. Services offered are family medicine, behavioral health services, telepsychiatry, and pediatrics. We have 4 area locations. Look up the Health Center Southeast Texas online at hcset.com.
Hey, Montgomery County and online listeners. Thank you so very much for checking out Jazzy Vibes with Soul. What? You haven't done so yet? Well, you've got to tune in. Hi, I am the host of Jazzy Vibes with Soul, Miss CeCe Holmes, and I invite you to check us out every Friday and Saturday from 7 until 9 p.m., where you will get the best in old school R&B and, of course, a little smooth jazz to make it jazzy. So tune in. That's right, tune in every Friday and Saturday right here on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM or worldwide at irlonestar.com.
All right, welcome back, Maureen's Lone Star. We are cutting the show short today. I want to say a special thanks to Caiden's Hope Foundation coming in and talking about their upcoming Caiden's Hope Rally scavenger hunt happening on May 4th. More information can be found on our Facebook page and description in our YouTube channel or on the video and stuff like that. Special co-host today was Rick the Reluctant Cowboy, folks. He can be found here every Monday through Friday from 3 to 7 o'clock with Afternoons Lone Star. Today at 4 p.m., you're doing the game show, live game show on your Facebook and all that kind of stuff.
Best guest game show.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. Do you know you have Terry Lynn Hale, local actress?
Yeah, I was looking for it right now, and I'm sure if Dennis is listening, he can fill us in. I was looking on my Facebook page to see the other contestants, but I can't find it.
So when I say actor, can that be universal?
Yes.
But when I say actress, that cannot be universal.
Right. So a female can be an actor or an actress. But I guess a guy can be an actress if he really wanted to be. I guess. Yeah. Who knows?
But so that's going on today.
Yes.
And also, folks, to remind you all, this weekend's Kids Fest on Saturday. More information, cityconroe.org for that.
Nice.
And then next week, we have a couple shows coming your way on Tuesday and Wednesday. If we change that up, we're going to update it, our Facebook page and things like that. And yeah, anything else you want to say?
No, I just want to say Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, classic rock.
Lone Star,
Classic rock with a twist. I like
good
to say.
deal, man. Well, thank you so much for coming in. We
Thank
want to
you.
say a special shout out to our partners on today's show. We have Bean Punk Coffee in Montgomery and in Conroe. We have Clean Sweep Office Cleaning for all your office cleaning needs in the area. And then we have a little bit of C3, Creative Content
C3.
Creations.
Yeah, he had to go to jail, so apparently that's why he's not in. So.
All right.
I made you choke on that one.
You listen to Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com, Montgomery County's community radio station, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to be a guest or a supporter of the show, just reach out to us, irlonestar.com/MWLS. We're looking for more guests. We have plenty of open slots next week. We're also going to be changing our format coming up pretty soon.
Nice.
So we'll do a little announcement about that because we really want to get on the air more. And we're trying to figure it out because Sean and I are both very busy people with the rest of the station,
But you
especially the thing in the back.
Can't play the same show every single day, though, or is the replay. That was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, no, I'm working on it. We're working on it.
Yeah.
You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio. Thank you
you.
so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys later.